Hello YouTube. So, I have one power supply. He's fine and dandy, but that's only 12 volts. So I think I need another one. This guy, oh well, there's nothing in there. That's because in order to have two power supplies, give me 24 volts. Yeah. You have to take it apart. Basically, all you do, unscrew a bunch of screws from the side, pull that out, unplug the fan and the LEDs, unscrew the screws in the front here and here, which is like through this hole in the circuit, and back here where the ground connects. Ground also connects here. So with this, that is going to be 12 volts higher than this one, which is connected to ground. If you have both grounds connected, well, it's going to short out this power supply. So what I need to do is isolate the low voltage side from ground. You want to leave this side connected to ground, otherwise, well, bad things can happen. So the ground over here needs to stay connected to all of this. This is not connected to the same ground over here. It has its own ground, which connects to the chassis. All I did is took a little piece of clear plastic, which is fairly thick, cut it with a razor blade, and you can't even really see those. Focus. There you go. You can kind of see it there. Cut it to size, well, cut the holes first. That's a definite recommendation, because otherwise you can't hold it and move the razor blade. So cut those first, make sure they fit. Do the same for the other one over there. And the same on the other side. So where did I set those? Wow. They basically disappear. They are, one's right here, the other was right here. So what I did was I super glued the first two on this side with just a little dab. And now we thread these screws in. This is the original screw. I am going to first try this screw because it's just a little bit longer. Because we're adding that extra length with the plastic. I don't know if that's going to mesh or not. So we're going to try that. Plus it has a rounded end. So you thread the screws in with the stuff on the top, and my super glue came undone. Oh well. I didn't give it enough time to dry. That's okay. And then you put it in carefully. Oh, probably want to put this sleeve on first. Did I see we dropped one of the screws? I did. went flying across the floor. Alright. Ugh. That was one of them. Now let's do the other one. Maybe I just need bigger holes on the things because I made them square, but it should be round, so the screw just fits on nicely. So now that you have both of them on there with the standoffs, I want to make sure the sleeve is nice and lined up and that your insulators are on there properly, and then put it in backside first, making sure that the ground wire that it has back here is above the board, and just put it on in. And now you can use this screw back here on the ground, the mains ground. That isn't really going in. That should just go in. What's going on? Oh. Okay. Make sure you use this one with the star spacer and the coarser threads for the ground. Basically a little ground plane screw, which makes a good contact to the screw itself. And you can actually screw it in. Use the smaller one with finer threads and a flat thing with a little spacer on the other parts. Oh, does that actually fit? I don't believe that. That's actually pretty cool. But I can't get it in. So after you've got those two screws in, then you should just be able to tighten these guys down. A little bit on each side at a time. More torque. There we go. And don't forget to plug in the wires. I'll route them a little better, I guess. Do they go on that side or this side? I think they went on this side. I believe so. That seems to have the most space. That connector goes over to here. This connector goes over here. Ta-da! And now we check it. Were we successful in isolating it. Meter in continuity. That's negative. That's the case. That's negative. There's the other side, which I believe is 0 volt potential off of the AC. And then this to ground. Over here. That to ground. This to ground. Nope. This to negative the capacitor. Well, that's positive. Huh, there's a little bit of resistance. Okay, so those aren't 0 volt potential, they're probably floating, maybe with a capacitor. But we have done what we wanted to. The screw is connected to ground, but this is not, which is what we want. So, there we go. So now, plans for actually connecting it. I am going to be using the kill switch feature, that's for sure. Basically, I'm going to run 2 optocouplers per power supply. This is actually the other one that I have, which I've already wired up. Forgot about that. And basically, the kill switch, or I'm going to have an optocoupler connecting the kill to ground, and then another one connecting the power on to ground, and then having those with resistors connected to a connector, which I can probably parallel, have like 2 connectors on this one, so that way I'll have my ground one, and then this one connected with a little jumper, and then another connector, which I could possibly do a third, just for future proofing. So yeah. So the kill switch will turn on with the voltage of the other power supply. So this power supply is going to be there, this power supply is going to be here. I'm probably going to stack them on top of each other, but so the positive of here is going to go to the negative of here, and then, well, that's the negative. And the voltage across this is going to turn on the kill switch pin, well, pull it low, which allows it to run. If you don't have it connected, it won't run, even if you turn on the power on. You have to pull both of those low. So if the voltage of this power supply goes to 0, this one will immediately kill. It'll turn off. And vice versa will be true. Since I'm using optocouplers, I can do that. So yeah, and then the power on, those will just be connected in parallel, so when one's on, it'll be on. So that is the plan, to get 12 volts at 550 watts into 24 volts at 1100 watts. So this is the exact same model. Oh, don't forget to connect your mains. That would be important. Come on, little guy. There we go. See ya.